I'm gonna flex in front of the camera a bit.
Close my door.
Okay. Be quiet. Let's see. Is that a good angle? Kind of want to tilt it down more. You'll make fun of the camera. Yeah, tilt the camera, would you? Okay.
No one's here yet. No one actually knows. No one's here. No one important is here. Bring it closer.
The entire chair?
Yeah, the entire chair. Stop.
Are they?
Now tilt it down. Yeah. All right.
Is that better?
Tilt it down a little bit more. No, don't get your thumb in the, no, up. Yeah, no, down a little bit more. You almost said it right. Nope, that's too far down. All right, wait, stop. Tilt it down again. Technical difficulties, give me a second. Stop. I don't know if that's any different, but that's perfect. Bring it forward.
Is you good?
Yeah, just bring it forward. Let's see.
What?
Back a little bit.
Yeah.
Stop. This is really screwing with me.
Is that good now?
Yeah.
Is it? No one's joined yet.
Oh no, there's like a ton of people.
Oh.
We look like total complete idiots trying to get the camera right for the thing. Hi, get out of it. No. So what we're doing is we're putting straps on the Captain America shields for Infinity War. That's what we're doing. This is what they. Yes, I am. I am worthy, Josh. Clearly, are you kidding me? He who be worthy shall possess the power of Thor. Whoever holds this hammer shall possess the power of Thor. That's how it works. These are the Captain America shields for Infinity War. Bada bing, bada boom. I know. I see. You can see those. These are the straps we're going to put on the back. And this is for our midnight release of Infinity War coming up here soon. I know we still have to make these all black, but we can just tape off the let's get the mouse cord out of here. I'm now the ruler of Asgard. Spoiler alert, if I'm the ruler of Asgard, I'm not ruling much. Just saying, man. All right. So I need to kind of get these things sized up a little bit. Yeah, ruler of Asgard. That's really not that great of a title, dude. Like, I'll take it. That's more of what I'm a ruler of now, but still, there's some threads. So what we did is we took these off a golf bag, and then we sewed on some kind of strapping to them so it'd be easier to glue. But we got a little bit of threads going on. Just that's what happens when you have to sew stuff. I need to plug in the hot glue gun though. Just like that, baby. Oh, my phone is killing me. You need to turn that off. The thing is, so yeah, I mean, Midgard's pretty great. I've only lived here my entire life. I'm a little biased toward Midgard. The shizzle, my nizzle. Do you think a burning fiery heap in space is better than Midgard? I should have put a spoiler warning on the top of this. Like, I don't know. If you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok, don't tune in. Didn't know it was going to go here this fast. I'm trying to figure out how to get this. Do I want it to be like that? Or do I want it to be like this? I think it's like this. That wouldn't be comfortable. Like, that'll look better, sure. But that won't be comfortable at all. Yeah, let me try to... Guess that won't be too bad, actually. We do it this way. Don't be hating on Midgard, dude. All right, let's see. Yeah, we're gonna have to put pins in this. Make sure the pins don't go all the way through. And let's see what happens if we put this somewhere like here. It would need to be pretty far back, but I like it. That's what we're going with. I figured out how we're going to put the straps on the shield. So tonight, once we get the shield situation figured out, we're probably going to maybe work on our Casey Jones golf bag. We'll see. But right now, Captain America shields. That's the important part. That's the important thing. That's the bread and butter. How did I decide I wanted it? I wanted it like this. And now pulling up the reference image off my phone because I'm prepared. You're welcome. Didn't put it in the folder. This is quality entertainment. Just stay with me. 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 There it is. How far back are these things? They're pretty far back, actually, so we can probably put them about like here. Yeah, cool. And those are the spots. I just drew out the spots where we're going to put the check pattern with the X-Acto knife. Once we put this pattern in with the X-Acto knife, what's going to happen is we're going to hit it with the heat gun, just like what we did with the Eye of Agamotto, and we're going to open up the seams that we cut in with the knife. That way, they're deeper crevices, and the hot glue can sink into them a bit better. So that's what we're going to do. We drew out the pattern. We're going to see how it works on this one. I think also this is the strap we have for the hand handle. So if this is here, this is going to be somewhere like here. And we're going to mark this out real quick. There we go. All right, you guys about to see some magic happen. Trust me. There's a reason we didn't paint this is because we want the foam to be a little bit better. Basically, the paint would mess up. Hot glue will stick to the paint, not the foam itself, not the material, and it'll just rip the paint off pretty much. Yeah. That's our main focus. This is not going to hurt the stability of the shield at all because we're using some wicked thick foam. Trust me. Aunt May, some Marissa Timo, I don't remember what her name is. That's going to be super weird for my little brother. Poor Pete. And if we get a Tony Stark, she can get like the her aunt glasses that she has in the I mean, Aunt May is not a bad pick. Now I'm gonna shut up right there because if I keep going with this, I will say something stupid. We did all the cross-check patterns. Just that is so fun to mess around with. Hot glue gun is ready. Let's grab the heat gun by the hot part and then get it started up. So to make this more interesting, because the last live streams have been kind of boring, you'll notice the tag either to the side. The side here is where I see it. Maybe it's here or down, or maybe you have to swipe. I don't know how this works on mobile. I've never actually watched a live stream on mobile. I've seen it on my computer. And obviously I see me on the clear. Okay, so she's not an Avenger. She's an MCU character. And to be fair, yeah, Justin, you're welcome. Justin, you quit criticizing me to make me a better person. I don't like it. I'm trying not to reheat the hot glue in the process, because that'll just screw everything up. Yeah, she's good. Sorry, Zarabeth, you made me actually feel retarded there. No offense to anybody who's retarded and listening to this, but no. And it's X-Men or an X-Man and X-Man. I guess that works, but no. Aunt May is a supporting character. I know you're doing this, but it bothers the heck out of me that you would ever do that. May's a supporting character. At best, she's a MacGuffin, for lack of a better term. I mean, like, if you actually read the Aunt May Uncle Ben comic, it's probably one of the worst comic books I've ever read in my entire life. It's horrible. It's weird. It's awkward. The art is, it's not like bad. It's just kind of goofy, especially considering the situation. So like, I don't want to spoil the comic, but no one's gonna read the Aunt May origin story. Oh, Zarabeth. You silly Mormon. What are we gonna do with your kind? We should just throw you someplace where no one goes, like, I don't know, Utah or something, just to get rid of you, just so we don't have to see you people. You silly people. Yeah, Justice League. Oh, that's funny. It's funny jokes. Don't tell your dad I said any of that. Justice League. Gosh. We're putting the hot glue on the areas now. Putting the strap in the hot glue. Just like that. I mean, did you see that end credit scene in Spider-Man? She could be a villain if she wanted to. I'm just saying. There is a version of Aunt May where she becomes Spider-Man. She's known as Spider-Man, which is hilarious in its own right. Now we're putting hot glue around. Just to strengthen it a bit. I need another glue stick, though. To put in this guy, because he's running out. Aunt May. To be fair, this is like the most interesting Aunt May we've ever had. It's not because she's younger. It's just because, maybe it is because she's younger, but it allows her to do more. Before, it's just been, she either just gets hurt, or she, I don't know. She either just gets hurt, ends up in the hospital, or she gets in danger, and she's really just this object thing that Peter has to protect, which is normally Aunt May's role. But you actually get to see her be an aunt, you know, in Homecoming. Like, she actually cares for her nephew and stuff. Like, she worries about, I don't know what you're referring to because the comments are so off. If you ever say that's hilarious, you have to say what you did or that blank was hilarious, because honestly, because of how messed up the time is on live streams, yeah, it needs the clarification. Because I know you just saw it, and now you're finally probably just seeing me respond to it. But I like, yeah, Spider-Man. Oh, it's a hilarious comic, actually. She says, what was her catchphrase? Wheat cakes. Oh, wheat cakes. Oh, wheat cakes. It's great. I love Marvel. especially late 90s or early 80s Marvel. The 90s were a dark time, especially the beginning of the 90s, because everything was trying to be too 90s, and no one likes the 90s. Those are horrible days. Wheat Cake, Spider-Man. Stream delay is a blast. It is, Matt. Because you just said to me stream delay is a blast, but you're hearing this like a minute later. It's glorious. I actually have to hold this piece while it cools. The hot glue while it sets up, which is really boring. How's your day been going? Did you all survive the megastorm? It was weird, the storm, because it was like supposed to hit Friday, and you woke up Friday and you're like, "There's nothing here. This is BS. Nothing happened." And then like halfway through Friday, you're like, "Okay, it might do a little something." And then like 6, 7 o'clock, it really starts hitting heavy around us, anyways, and you're like, Mother Nature wasn't kidding around. Buckle up, Jimbo. It's going to be a blast. I think this is set, and we're ready to go here, which I'm going to have to hold for a wicked long time. Hi. How you doing? My God. Jack Daniels. Jack friggin' Daniels. Too late. Already did. Boom, in your face. Yeah. It's not serious though. It was the glue that I touched and not the metal part of the hot glue gun, so that's always good. But I do need to move some things around on this to get it to stay right, and I'm not going to hold it. So she probably types that before I actually burn myself. Impressive. Most impressive. Yeah, real psychic. She can see the future. She can see when she's about to get hit by a boulder, apparently. Heck, if I knew she was psychic, she would have stepped out of the way. Crazy. I'm going to hear feedback from that in like 5 minutes. It's 18:21 right now. How long have we been going? I guarantee in like 4 minutes. Look at that. Comedic timing was perfect. I'm waiting for this hot glue to cool, because once it does cool, I'm going to try it on. Like, that's like period. I'm going to try this on. It's going to look awesome. I'm thinking of putting another piece of something right here, or just straight up gluing that to the side here to widen it. Zep Aaron. I gotta get the pipes filled up. So there's only one way to sing that song, and that's like at the top of your lungs at sort of a melancholy pitch. I don't know any terms for singing at all. I took vocals for 2 years, and I didn't retain any of it. But anytime someone says like to go to karaoke or whatever, I'm like, don't worry, I took vocals for 2 years. I totally know how to do it, even though my voice is not built for singing. You know, you listen to me on my podcast. You know, I speak like a frog almost. I can actually speak pretty clear. I did public speaking a lot. Dayman. See, now I got to remember the lyrics. Got it. I had to get the beat down. I'm gonna hum it first. Got it. Got it. All right. With the first shield done, I guess it's time to do our first song. Fix the tempo here. Like this. Dayman, fighter of the night, man. Champion of the sun. He's a master of karate and friendship for everyone. Dayman, fighter of the night, man. Champion of the sun. He's a master of karate and friendship for everyone. Dayman. And it just kind of goes, and it just sort of keeps happening until it stops, until the movie ends, which is another reference from a different episode. See if you get that. What's another? I wish I had a gun. Where's the? I'm trying to find my nearest gun, but I can't actually. I'm glad I can make dreams come true. Dayman, Dayman, I want to get together with just a ton of people and just like be on like choir steps or just some big staircase somewhere and just shout it at the top of our lungs. Hey, if you're gonna go to Origins, we need to like get T-shirts. We can be Team Dayman or something. I would like to do Team Dial H. That's not gonna happen because Chris doesn't want me to make T-shirts unless I actually like physically make. No, I'm just screwing around. He would love to make T-shirts. Let's see. I want to see if I have a pistol, like an airsoft pistol somewhere, but I don't know if I do. Oh, that's so lame. All right. Let's do it or dial deep. I like it. I like it. Okay, so yeah, this is the first shield though. Oh, everybody. It fits actually really well. This is perfect. This is, oh my God, look at that. All right, sorry. Dial D for Dayman. So that's the first Captain America shield. Looking nice. Let's get the second one done. I like it. I like what we did. I like what we accomplished. See, now we totally eyeballed that shield, and now to make it right, now we've got to measure stupid stuff. Dial D for Dayman, baby. Inches, there's inches. 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches from the middle weird point. Yeah, this is the new Captain America shield from. I had a burp. From Infinity War. So I'm gonna be Captain America for Infinity War, for the premiere, and then at a couple of conventions probably coming up. So yeah, thank you, Superman. Thank you, Seth Aaron. Thank you. So yeah, that is the. I hate it when people text me during the show. Thank you, I appreciate it. What you don't know is that things get so lonely here on the ranch. I resort to making things. Like, actually, I don't know if you ever seen this. I never missed a chance to show people this, but boom. Wait a second. There it is. Trader. I had to remember how he said that. Yeah. When I get bored, I make things. Fun fact. So that's just kind of how this all goes. Let's get the second strap in. Done. Okay, let's see how we did the first one. That's for the right hand. So for the other hand, it'd be on the other side to mimic the thing. Okay, cool. So we're doing brain stuff. We're using a ruler. 2 inches. 2 bloody inches. Put that right there. Oh. Yeah. Appreciate it. my other Avengers for opening night, so far, they consist of, I need some lights. I want to have a Spider-Man, and it's probably going to be a homemade costume Spider-Man, the hoodie Spider-Man costume, more than likely. That's exactly what it's going to be, actually. So we're going to have one Spider-Man. I am going to make someone be Star-Lord, no matter what. I made the Eye of Agamotto so far. That's this. It still needs the window and the Infinity Stone put into it. So hopefully we're going to have a Doctor Strange. But like actual core team Avengers, it's going to be Captain America, Black Widow, and like that's it for like OG Avengers. We're going to have a Winter Soldier. I don't really count him as an Avenger, though. He's technically not. He was never totally an Avenger. We're not going to have like things like Iron Man, Hawkeye. Hawkeye's a maybe. If we get another person to volunteer, I would. It's super easy to do Hawkeye. Like, it's have short hair. We'll give you a long sleeve shirt or whatever. That's about it. Matt's. I'm gonna make you Doctor Strange. You know that, right? Like you're gonna be Doctor Strange. Like you don't really have a choice or say in the matter. Like you're stuck, man. I will go to your house and kidnap you. I will be like, this guy's coming with me. Put a shirt on, Matt. Let's go. That's exactly what's gonna happen. We're gonna cut the crisscross marks for this next piece. This next shield. Let's get going. Because we can talk while we work. Silence. Silence. So much silence. I need to see how long this piece was. Let me get the straps. Ah. All right. Good job, Matt. Let's get the facial, the full Doctor Strange. I have white hair stuff, so we can just give you a spritz of that. This box contains all my strapping stuff. It's it's zip ties, it's duct tape, it's stuff. They're my tools. I need to work with my tools. They're things. They're things I need. Why? I don't have to explain this to you. It's my car. Very few people are gonna get that reference, but that's okay. There it is. This is good length of stuff. We already glued this down, but we're gonna see how long we need to make it. That right there looks good. Pinch it off there. Where's the scissors? There it is. Yeah. So like, perfect. Perfect. So now we gotta see how many inches this is from setting it just there. And it's not going to be an even, like, inches actually number. I guarantee it because I didn't measure it first. Oh my gosh. It's 1.2 inches. I absolutely am in love with that. Fantastic. So we keep it even with this. 1.2 inches. Oh, how many inches from the side is it? There it is. And then it's about a 1 inch thing. Hey, thanks, Josh. Really appreciate it, bud. Mr. Easter making a guest appearance. 1.2 inches from the side. And then, shoot, what was that thing I just did? All right. Perfect. All right, we're ready to cut those. Get them glued. And then that will be it for making shields tonight, guys. And we can start working on something else for once in our lives. Been working on these shields for weeks. Check, check. There it is. Now we hit it with the heat gun. All right, see you, Matt. Thank you for tuning in, man. That'll do it for the second shields. Now what we got to do is glue them together. So let's do that, baby. I'm going to let this cool, and then we'll see the shield done. Hot glue, man. It's so tricky. It's super tricky. Oh. Oh, shoot. Dang it, the knife went through. All right, there we go. The second shield done. Gotta let it. We gotta. It's a very tedious process. All right. Sick. Hand still fits through. All good. All good. All good. I did not cut some of the things off this. Little threads. Doesn't look too bad though. That's gonna go like this. This is gonna go like this. And that'll be it for the straps. I'm very excited. Oh, little thing popped up. Sorry, Mr. ClicksFlix. I gotta click you off. The only bad thing about the bell notification is that he's uploading something every single day of the month this month. The absolute madman. I love him to death. And like I could not imagine pumping out that much YouTube content. Like pumping out one podcast a week is hard enough, good lord. Chris does most of the work. And Chris will be the first person to say I do most of the work. Not me do most of the work, but that he does most of the work. I still need to figure out when I'm going to do dialed sign. I want to do it this week. Let's see. No one knows what I'm talking about. That's fine. Jack damn it. Ah, that sucks. Hey, yeah, right? McKenna, you get it. He gets it. Good job, man. Sure, good memories, dude. This is our twin day shirt, man. This is great. What's up, my dude? It's Saturday, my dude. I know it's only works for Wednesdays, but still.
Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox.
Fair enough. Get out of the shot, though. Bridget, please. Thank you.
Let a homie break it down every once in a while.
Nah, homie, I'm sorry. We gotta keep this PG-13.
Are you ruining the scissors by making them touch glue?
No, those scissors won't be ruined. It's metal. It's not gonna ruin them at all. Actually, it'll just peel right off. Super easy. She said hi, Bridger.
Hello. Called you, ask them about tomorrow.
About tomorrow? No, I haven't talked to the D&D group at all.
Where'd
Actually,
it go, you mental retard?
I almost never talk to the D&D group unless I absolutely
Unless
have
you
to.
have to mention that T is for the week.
Yeah, T is for weak people, but
Well, go ahead. Just right now, half of them are in right now.
no, like 2 people are watching, and I guarantee one is grandma. Dude, step out of the frame, please.
Homie,
You're making everybody less manly just by being in the frame.
you have less T than I do, so like
That is a bold-faced lie. Look at these pecs. You think these pecs are low T pecs? Get out of
Yeah.
here. Get out of town.
the fat pecs.
They're not fat pecs. Screw you, man.
Low T.
Love you too. But no, like the only reason I'm not in the group is because if I'm texting in the group, I either get someone makes fun of me or someone makes fun of me. So like there's no point for me to be active at all in the text group because nothing positive ever comes from it. Like nothing at all. Just saying. Like that's just like a fact of life. I don't know what do you want me to say? That's just what happens.
Okay, retard.
That's second shield. Waiting for it to cool a little bit. Oh my gosh. This is not staying how I want it to stay. And it bothers me.
You can ask them.
Okay, I'm gonna ask him, are we gonna do D&D tomorrow? Because there's only one person from our group watching.
I meant
this.
on your phone.
On my
right?
phone. Yeah. You want to do that right now? Right this instant?
Call there.
You want me to turn on cellular data? You want me to look at my texts? You want me to go to the group? All right, then you want me to say, yo, what we doing tomorrow? Like, that's what you want me to do? Yo.
Just say we could probably make it up there
What
tomorrow.
we doing tomorrow? So am I going to text this or we just... No, I'm not. I'm going to delete all that. I'm going to turn off cellular data. And I'm just going to pretend none of that ever happened. What's the buckets? It's my job to pretend that nothing happens and to be oblivious to all things around me. It's almost, I'm going to show off these shields. All right. So there it is. That's close enough for me.
So
This is it. This is Infinity War. This is the future. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? The future is now. I can't wait until he uses these in Infinity War.
I have a question.
Yeah, what's up? What's your question, Sold?
Instead of one big shield, why do you make 2 smaller ones that are less likely to block bullets?
Let me tell you something. Because the costume designers decided that would be the right choice. I don't know why Black Panther or Shuri or whoever, most likely Shuri.
Wait, are the tips there? Are they like knives? Can you cut things with them?
Tips are probably knives. They're
Okay.
definitely vibranium.
That makes them useful.
They're
then.
stabby. weapons. It looks very Black Panther. You can tell it's Wakandan because like it has that whole vibe. What? It's just.
This is because
So I bet he probably does this at least once. I guarantee he does this once and completely blocks it like total shield. Somebody has a theory that the shields are actually one shield and they like go together.
Oh, they
and you can take
interconnect.
them out like that.
That's a pretty big move.
These feel cool. You might do this one time. You might like. Obviously, it's way less space. Are they actually shields? Like they're more like fighting gauntlets. They protect the heck out of your forearms, though. Oh my gosh! Just imagine just going down. Like it's Captain America is gonna fight most likely like Wolverine in this. Like that's exactly. He's not gonna throw these. I don't think he's gonna throw these. I doubt he would throw these, honestly. But yeah, he's probably gonna fight like Wolverine. He's gonna run up like this, and he's just gonna stab people, or he's just gonna like backhand him, like hit him. That's what I guess I would do. That's one way to do it. This is awesome. Actually, I'm happy I used the golf bag straps because they are so comfy. Actually, so that's actually much nicer than what I was gonna do, which is just gonna be the hand straps also on this part. But no, the back straps are actually really comfy. They're padded, so that's super nice. It is going to make cosplaying a lot more fun. So this is actually done. I really like finishing props on camera, especially when we, for the most part, started doing this on camera. So we started some of the work, and now we're finished it. So look at that. Captain America shields. They're done. I don't like Cap's suit. You don't like his suits? So the suit's a very coming of age, kind of a symbolic thing we have going on. So I have mixed feelings on the suit, and I understand why they made the suit in Infinity War the way it is. Like, I completely understand what they're going for, what they're doing, and it honestly it does make sense. So for those that don't know, Captain America's suit has kind of been breaking down since the first Avengers movie. So if we think the first Avengers suit is the most comic accurate Captain America suit that's ever been made. And it's probably the worst suit he's ever worn. We're gonna rant for a little bit, but I'm also gonna sort of work on the bag while I rant, so I'm just gonna keep going and working while we do this. Captain America's first Avengers suit is the most comic accurate. It has the right kind of stripes. It has the white here, you know, like the way it should be. But it's also one of the worst suits. And the reason it's the worst suit is because of how the head looks. It looks very awkward. It looks very weird. It looks uncomfortable with the cloth neck and then the weird metal face. He didn't look good in the suit is also one thing. And he said it was uncomfortable. So Chris Evans that's his least favorite suit also. And then we see in Winter Soldier, it's the stealth suit look, which is mostly coming from the Steve Rogers. When he was just Steve Rogers, he had a light blue, kind of a navy blue suit. It was a long sleeve shirt. Then he had three white stripes, a star in the middle. None of the stomach stripes that we see. Just 3 white, the star, and then maybe an American flag kind of on the side. And that's pretty much what the stealth suit for Winter Soldier was. Except it did have the stomach stripes. They were just textured and they weren't actually colored. It was very black and blue suit. It was actually really cool. And then later he uses a different version of World War II. So then, keeping with that same look of that suit, he would go into the Age of Ultron suit, which is my all-time favorite suit because it has the cool military look of the brown gloves, right? Instead of the red, which he normally has red, but this is made of brown gloves, brown boots, and then the darker blue suit with still white on the bicep, blue, the silver star, and then the weird patterned red, white stripes on the stomach, which look amazing. So that's Civil War suit's my personal favorite. It mixes comic accuracy and movie realism perfectly. And then in Civil War, this is where the deconstruction of the suit really begins. We lose the white on the bicep in Civil War. It's all blue. There's a little bit of red. And then he rips off the Avengers A. You see that halfway through Civil War. In the very first scene, he still has it. In the airport scene, the Avengers A is ripped off. He has disassociated himself or unassociated himself with the Avengers by that time in the movie. And so this is just you get the separation more in that. So we're missing the white and we're missing the Avengers A on the sides, on the shoulders. And in this movie, it's the same suit from Civil War, but he ripped the star off. And this is pretty deep. The stripes are still there. Obviously, he's been using this suit. Maybe he ripped the star off. Maybe it got ripped off because the star is a raised metal piece. And if Captain America has been doing covert missions, whether that be, going in and out of Wakanda to different African tribes or whatever, he has never had time to get a new suit, right? Tony Stark isn't there to redesign the team, give him new stuff, make new weapons, do whatever. He's only had this suit. This is him. I don't know how far ahead Infinity War is compared to the rest of the cinematic universe. Obviously, Black Panther and Spider-Man Homecoming were right after Civil War. Captain America has longer hair. He grew a beard. So I'm going to assume it's at least 6 months, maybe a year after Civil War. So in that year, this suit shows Captain America hasn't stopped fighting. He hasn't stopped fighting for people. So the reason the suit's ripped up is it's never had time to be repaired. Obviously, he could have it repaired, but maybe he just, he's too busy. He doesn't get it repaired. He's just constantly fighting. He's constantly taking his mind off of, he's a man without a country at this point because he really can't go back to America. He really shouldn't be anywhere unless it's completely covert and safe, because if not, he's going to get arrested, period. So this suit is battle worn and torn. He's rolling up the sleeves. He's, whatever. The buckles are also different. That's just it. That really doesn't matter. Maybe he replaced the harness. The harness just broke. He doesn't have the shield anymore, so the suit is taking more damage. Right? The shield blocks so much, but now the suit is just he's getting shots taken. The star is not only ripped off, but there's pieces around his chest that you can see this hexagon pattern under the suit. And it's all these little details that really, maybe it's just battle damage. Maybe I'm looking too far into it, but that's what really makes it for me, is when you see how in depth, you can look into things a lot more. The little pieces of just looking at someone's suit, thinking about the comic accuracy of it, is really kind of deep and meaningful. So yes, I'm not a huge fan of the suit for Infinity War, but I love the way the art people chose to go with it. Obviously, it's not the most comic accurate. Obviously, this is the most different version of Captain America we've ever had compared to the comics, because he rarely ever grows a beard. He's grown a beard twice. One most recently, and another time. Shucks, I don't even remember the other time. I do remember he did grow a beard twice, though. That's fact. That is actually a fact. So yeah, I like how I said I was going to work on this while I ranted, but I actually didn't do any work at all on it. We're going to cut this patch off because the idea of Casey Jones using a brand bag doesn't fit well with me. So we're going to cut this little patch off. So no, yeah, I guess, Josh, I would have to disagree. I love Captain America's suit for the simple reason that it kind of shows the man who's had the test of time put on him. And that I really love. I really do love it. There's this huge Ram logo. All right. Thank you, Josh. I was hoping I wasn't just ranting and not making any sense. I'm glad they made. Oh, yes. This is a golf bag. That makes sense. So I'm probably going to keep 3 golf balls in the actual bag. So I'm going to keep 3 tees in the golf bag and 3 golf balls. Clearly I don't need this many golf balls and that many tees. Really, I guess the tees don't really matter that much. There's nothing in here. Nothing in here. Cool. 2 whites, 1 red. And then I want 3 normal looking golf balls that don't have any writing on them. That one's kind of scuffed up. It looks cool. This one. All right. The rest of these I don't need. So we're just gonna throw them in this box. No one man should have all that power. Yeah, and I totally agree. Like when I first saw the star being like faded and ripped off and stuff, I was just like, are we gonna be Captain America? Is this a man without a country? He's done it before in comics, but I'm okay. But one thing that's always been there is the star. Like weird enough, like every time, I guess when he's done the true Nomad, and the Nomad is the worst suit ever in comic books. He didn't have the star stripes or anything, and the Nomad is probably my least favorite version of Captain America. It was just bad. The Captain is good. The Captain still has a shield, and it's actually a black and red shield, so the Wakandan shields aren't too far off. And he still has the star, but it's over his heart, and then he has sideways stripes. Anyways, the Captain is good suit. The Nomad suit really sucks. People are going to call this version of Steve Nomad. I hope he's called the Captain. I hope they just call him Captain. So yeah, but yeah, no, the star. Yeah, the star is kind of important, you know. So showing it being all messed up, hopefully that just means it's gone through hell. Captain America actually just ripping the star off the suit would be really weird. And very unlike Captain America, I don't think any version of Steve Rogers would actually rip the star off his suit. I think it would come off during battle. I think it would absolutely happen. But go on to touch up something I talked about earlier today. I posted earlier that not a lot of people saw, which is fine. But the Hot Toys Captain America figure, thank you, Josh. I'm glad you agree. The Hot Toys Captain America figure, I pre-ordered it, by the way. This is the very first Hot Toy I've ever bought. This is the first time I've had enough money to be flourish with it. And it's great because really it's pretty cool. It's not going to come out till next year because the way the Hot Toys makes their figure, the way Sideshow Collectibles does their stuff, is they're the most highest quality figures you're ever going to get. So it's really cool. It's going to cost me $200 pretty much for a 12-inch figure. It's super realistic, hyper articulated. It's basically like you took Chris Evans and scaled him down in the costume. But the interesting part is that it has pictures of him. And then it says in the bars where it would normally show off all the accessories, it says in 2 different spots, mystery weapon to be revealed, and then mystery weapon to be revealed. The most plausible thing is probably going to be one of 2 things. These are the most plausible, and then I'll say what I want it to be. It's sorry, I still have to work on costumes while I'm ranting. I feel like a leather strap for this golf bag would look really cool for Casey Jones as opposed to a new strap, so that's what I'm going to get. That's what I'm going to do. Anyways, so it's Proxima Midnight or Corvus Glaive, whichever one has spears, throws a spear at him and he catches it. So they might just give him that spear like as a thing because he might actually use it as a weapon. Like after he catches it, he might use it to murk someone, which would be cool. So that's one of the weapons that he could come with, potentially. Another one is the shield Tony Stark would make for him, which would be the photon, kind of the shield that Coulson has in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well, exactly the shield that Coulson has in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The weird photon shield, which would be really cool if they get that, kind of a translucent-y looking shield. Those are probably the 2 most plausible things. Here's what I want them to be. My favorite Marvel event is Fear Itself. Not a lot of people like Fear Itself, like at all. I love Fear Itself, mostly because of all the stuff Captain America went through in that event. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to say a few things. So just like in Infinity War, he doesn't actually have his shield through most of Fear Itself, so he is shieldless. And if you ever had the chance seriously, pick up Fear Itself. Find it. I don't care if you find it online for free to read. There's plenty of free comic book readers online. Obviously, I don't totally support you doing that, but that's fine. It's your money, it's your time. Or if not, pick it up for like $20 at most. It's just seriously, it's a stupid good read, especially if you're a Captain America fan. It concentrates on the big three. So in Fear Itself, and this is what I want them to do in Infinity War. When he doesn't have a shield, he walks up to all of these like, I don't know what to say besides rednecks, but it's like a bunch of hunters and men that are like protecting their town. So like the fallout zone in Fear Itself is Bronxton, Oklahoma, which is a real town, by the way. And so you see all these guys in Bronxton who have hunting rifles and stuff who set up a militia to protect their town, which is awesome. I think that's really cool and a very realistic thing in comics, that other people, even if they're just generic people, are going to start stepping in to defend their homes, which is awesome. And then Captain America says, all right, guys, here's the thing. I'm setting up a militia. We're going to take on the end of the world, like, head on. Some of the guys actually kind of cut tail and run. And Captain America, he gives this really cool speech, like, look, if you're going to leave and be with your family, I totally understand. But I only ask one thing. You leave your weapons. So there's this really sick panel where Captain America has, like, muzzle loaders and shotguns and, like, lever actions and stuff. And he's got all these hunting rifles. And he's just like, boom, boom, boom. And he's got one slung on his back. And he's just giving them hell. There's robots and there's Asgardian trolls. There's all this stuff. And he's just boom, 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 shooting stuff out of the sky. It's awesome. It's my favorite version of Captain America. It's the one version I wanted in the Fear Itself HeroClix set, and they didn't give it to me, and I'm super angry about that. Still salty after 5 years, which is amazing. How long are we doing this? 57 minutes. Oh, geez. It's like 10 o'clock. Anyways, that's like my favorite version of Captain America, when he just uses guns, and he's just boom, boom, boom. Later, and this isn't much of a spoiler, Captain he's picked up Mjolnir in the past. This is what I want the other weapon to be. Not Mjolnir, obviously, because, well, if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, you know it's really not plausible for Captain America to pick up Mjolnir. But Thor gets Stormbreaker. He's probably going to make it somewhere in the movie. I wouldn't mind Captain America picking up Stormbreaker at least, you know, even though it's going to be less meaningful because it's not Mjolnir. It's not like, are you worthy? But if he picks up Stormbreaker, it would just be really sick. Just because I want him to pick up some Asgardian hammer and swing it around. In the comics, it's shown he's worthy, and that's actually when he says Avengers Assemble. In the very first time, not the first time he says, obviously, everybody says Avengers Assemble like crazy. So in Fear Itself, it's this really just big moment. It's the one-page thing where Captain America sees it. He's like, I knew it. And he picks up Mjolnir and just, boom, thunder, crack, lightning. You see some of the civilians with the guns are like, you know, like they're caught off guard. You see the sky light up, and he picks up Mjolnir and just, Avengers! I have Mjolnir. What am I doing? He's just, Avengers Assemble! You know, and they've been teasing us with that line throughout all of the cinematic universe that he's never actually said Avengers Assemble for us to hear it. So if he were to pick up Stormbreaker or Mjolnir or whatever and just be like, Avengers Assemble, and just belt that at the top of his lungs, and then just chuck that puppy at someone, I would lose it. I would seriously, that would be the giddy fanboy. Oh, that would be beautiful. Yeah, honestly, to hear Captain America say Avengers Assemble in the MCU would be great, but especially if he said it in Infinity War. Just saying, I'm really liking the look of the bag. We're going to leave all this extra stuff on because I actually do quite like having a bunch of extra crap hanging off the bag. Where we're going to attach this is probably like here, and then the end is going to be here because there's no lower spot to put it. And we have to cut this. We have to cut this stand off. We're totally cutting this off. It's in the way. It's going to be heavy and bulky. This is something you would use to let your golf bag sit down. We don't need that for a costume, so we're going to cut it off. So yeah, I know I didn't actually make anything in the last like 5 minutes. I was just talking, but yeah. If you get me talking about something I love, I'm gonna talk forever. I really am. That's just a fact. Oh, no one man should have all that power. There is no way to connect this to that. So how would Casey Jones connect two things that technically can't be connected because they don't work. So, creative liberties. If you know Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm a huge fan. Casey Jones is my man. So it's not too hard to think like Case. If you really go, push comes to shove. Like, he's a very do-it-yourself guy, you know, Casey Jones is. So, how would he attach two things, especially for a new strap for his golf bag? I think he would use zip ties. Or duct tape. I'm actually probably going to use duct tape and zip ties, to be completely honest with you. It's Casey Jones. Argue with me. Argue that Casey Jones wouldn't use the most homemade rigging stuff up crap in the world to make this, to put his golf bag on his back. Yeah, he totally would. Don't try to argue with me. Oh, our duct tape's over there, so I'm gonna watch. Just you stay there. You guys be patient. I'm gonna be right back. Be right back. I'll be. That blows. We have Gorilla Tape. I don't know if we have duct tape, though. That kind of sucks. I really like duct tape. I really like duct tape. I think we just have Gorilla Tape, though, which is really lame. That is super stupid lame. All right. We're going to zip tie it up. Some things. This is probably going to be the most weathered costume I have in the world. No one, because I'm going to weather the heck out of this. Casey Jones would totally weather it up, so we're gonna weather this thing up. Let's do it. Let's make sure that's gonna sit semi how we want it to. You know, there it is. This is our zip tie. We're gonna put 2 zip ties on the top. We're gonna make sure they face different directions. There we go. I gotta see how this is gonna look. Your shoulder pad's nice. I don't mind it at all. That'll look about right, actually. All right, cool. Let's do it. The bottom is going to be duct tape, for sure. Here's how we're going to do duct tape. We're going to go over our hour, because I kind of feel like going over the hour this week. We might do an hour and a half. So I put it on the cutting mat at exactly where the 2 inches meet up. I'm going to put it right down the middle. That way it's 2 thin strips, and that way it'll be easier to go through the hole. And this will probably make it look like more like E-tape, actually. And this thing's kind of cool because it has 2 ringlets. So I can kind of do this. I could put it in between both of them, actually. That would look really sick. Oh man, this is so much fun. Let's try to get this somewhat right. There it is. There it is. And for good luck, we're going to use a zip tie. You're on the edge of your seat. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it, Josh. There it is. I want to see how well this is going to hold. All right, let's grab a golf club. We'll be right back. We're gonna load this puppy up. We're gonna see how Casey Jones is gonna fare. And I feel like he would have this too. He might not. It's gonna be fun walking through the road. All right, let's see. That's kind of low. That fits pretty low. Let's we need to tighten up the straps a little bit. And there's actually a way to do that. Steven Spielberg versus Alfred Hitchcock. Picture a child sitting next to a projector, learning from your films to become a much better director. Now picture a $3 billion dream machine who's gonna blockbust all over your crop duster scene. Try to do it with me, Alfred. You must be psycho. I'll bring back Jaws. Take a bite of your lifeboat. I'm always on the top of my game. I get the vertigo. My jet's in the terminal waiting for me to murder you. I rock the Academy and the PGA. You rock as many Oscars as that Schleck Michael Bay. Next time you're filling up with your jowls with two steaks and two fillets, take the trade. See the answer in your next big play. I produce cartoons. I make games for all ages. You produce Jimmy Stewart, making one of two faces. Maybe next time I visit, you'll be a bit more gracious. Now just kiss my full moon and bask in its greatness. That was a close encounter of the third kind. But there won't be a pretty ending. This time, half your billions belong to John Williams. Brace yourself, because I'll reveal my brilliance, master of suspense so intense. No defense against Hitchcock once he presents. My score's enormous. Orchestrate winning performance. You're horrible than Megan Fox's acting in Transformers. Come on. These puppets and muppets to stir the spheres up. I squeeze creams out of chocolate syrup. I'm the best mamma jamma ever stood behind a camera. The Slider Bros will haunt you like Last Indiana. That is Alfred Hitchcock right there. Man, these leather straps are really hard to tighten. Jeez, they're stiff. Alfred Hitchcock. He does make some great movies, though. Psycho? I've only seen Psycho. Out of all the Alfred Hitchcock movies, I've actually only seen Psycho. And I really want to remedy that. He makes good stuff, man. All right, we shorten up the straps a bit and see how this works. Rear window. Window, rear window. I think what it is that I need something going from here to here to keep it like that. To keep it like up, you know? Like I need something here to here to keep it up. I want to just be able to like pull something out of the bag. Like it looks cool. Rear window. I should write that down. I actually will write that down. But man, this bag, so it's going to take me a lot of tinkering and fiddling to get this bag like figured out. There's also this handle here that we might be able to come around my body with. Just so we can, I had the same problem with my Ash holster for the boomstick. You know, let me tell you something. We always see, this is going to be another small rant. We always see in movies and stuff, the dude's got like double katanas on his back. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm not flexible enough to grab something like off my back and pull it out. Like it's nearly impossible. I was a ninja once and I had a ninja sword on my back and I'm like I can't quite reach it. I don't know if it's because the singular sling makes it slant down. Like it just kind of, because it's heavy at the top, it probably just kind of moves down and kind of sits in between your back. Or it's not like tight enough on the body to completely stay in one place. But like, it's tough to take something out of your back. Like maybe a quiver is different for arrows and stuff, but I've seen people keep their arrows in their side pouches too. But like trying to draw a sword or really anything from your back, like I've got the boomstick coming from the back for Ash, that's super hard to draw it out. So yeah, you know, I think there's a little bit of I don't know if it's just me not being flexible enough, but it's really hard to take stuff out of my back. So that is, you know, so what we did tonight was we kind of got this Casey Jones-ified. Oh my gosh, this zip tie came loose. What the heck? Did it break or did it just malfunction? Let's see here. It's on the wrong side. We're getting it figured out, people. We're getting it figured out. There we go. I think the zip tie just broke. That's fine. It's being held on by duct tape and dreams anyways. So how do we remedy that? Well, we're gonna put more duct tape on it, baby. Right now we have a wooden sword and a golf club in there, a driving club. I did take golf for one summer, so I do know a thing or two about a thing or two. I think Vertigo is another good off for Hitchcock movie. Anyways, that is what did we do tonight? We started work on our Casey Jones golf club bag. Casey Jones has been a cosplay of mine I've always wanted to do. And the one thing that kept me from doing it was like I would have to grow out my hair to specifically be this guy. But since I had to grow out my hair for an uncomfortable amount of time for the play, it's already pretty long. So yeah. So we're gonna call it there. I'm glad everybody came on for the live stream, and I will see you guys in the next one. I'll be the same.